Person wants because there's no dispatchers.
Yeah, that's
Maybe
fine.
they want to make a report.
That's all good. No problem. If you need help, let me know.
Okay.
Axel.
Dumb brain question.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be the people v. Axel Drake et al., right? Because I really want to write the people v. Axel Drake and friends.
Because I
would prefer to just write and friends because it's
Logic.
funnier.
What if I get on the Minecraft server? What if I do it? That's a good question, actually. I wouldn't hesitate to ever reach out to a judge if you're unsure. Do we have anyone that's a prosecutor that could be around for this right now?
That's the next thing I'm gonna be trying to figure out. Is who I can ask to be prosecutor. So I've got.
It ends Wednesday.
The format. I've got the basic
Just sleep
stuff.
for work. I got you.
The defendants.
Maybe I'll hold off. Then I'll do it next time. We'll see.
And then I'm waiting on statement of charges from you, Luca, and the charges for each person from you, Flop. And then after that, we'll work together to come up with sentencing for everybody. And then that's it for tonight, I think.
Okay.
I will try to get in touch with the prosecutor before posting, I think.
Okay.
So this was 18 days ago. We still have plenty of time, right? I just wanted to get it sorted at least to the point where we have a docket posting ready, more or less, and then we get all of our ducks in a row.
Dude, I actually really enjoy Minecraft with friends.
To go with it.
I want to get back into it at some point.
Just going through a report that I wasn't.
I'll download it.
If I know I'm gonna have to lead something, I pay more attention on a scene. You know what I mean?
The thing though, Deb, is I'm not like about
this
like
was one of
joining
those
the
where
herd,
I was.
You know what I mean? I don't
Nova.
care to like not be
like
involved.
I was
in
in the
something.
boat. I was doing
You know?
SRU stuff, and then when it came to scuba diving down, I was like, all right, I'll make sure Nova gets all this meth out of here safely. Once we realized it was meth.
I don't really have a lot of time outside
I was
of
on that
streaming right
scene
now.
with the assumption of like I won't have to deal with this. This is Nova's thing, right?
So
I wasn't paying that much attention.
Maybe I'll partake. It kind of depends.
I lock it in when I know I'm gonna have to lead the thing. Is basically all I'm saying.
I'll see what's up.
So having another couple pair of eyes to look back over this situation and
oh yeah, Logic. That's why I would do it. Yeah.
Just information sorted out. It's
Mhm.
good.
Yeah. What was I gonna ask? So just to confirm, you. What the fuck was I gonna say? You just need me to finalize charges, essentially.
Yeah, just give me a list for each suspect so I can throw that in my draft docket posting, and then I'll ping the attorneys.
Okay. What is the legislation again that shows the minimums for everything again?
Harvey's the one that found that earlier, right?
Yeah. What was the?
Yeah.
What was it again, Harvey? I'm sorry.
Sentencing guidelines.
Sentencing. Awesome. I'm not pressured at all. You know what I mean? It's just one of those like at this point I don't want to get invested now in it and find out that it's leaving.
Why can't
soon.
I at prosecutor
Actually,
in the
shit.
fucking
I don't
detective
know
attorney
if
channel?
I can. Cat, Wednesday, Thursday, I will not be live. I have a friend coming Wednesday into Thursday, and he leaves Friday morning, but I plan on being at a bar Wednesday night, so... oh, no. I'll see what I can do. We'll see. We'll see. I'll see if maybe we can get some time in. Okay, so I'll do what I can. Luca, do you feel like the charges so far, from what you can see, are fair for what they're looking at? I think anyone that was involved with the white G-Wagon from start to finish should be receiving some kind of DT. My assumption is that... God... I couldn't find in any of the statements who the driver was.
Did you drop your? Did you drop those in the case file in there?
What's that?
Oh, are you talking about the charges that are already here on the report?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're pretty accurate. Anyone who we don't have a GSR test for, I think we should be getting accomplice. I think we should be consistent here with the amount of attempted murders. Personally, I think it would make more sense. It would be a matter of just settling on, should we just go with 5 or 6? And if we go with 5, who's getting the accomplice to 5 and who's getting the full 6? I think the people.
Do we know?
Sorry.
Do we know who is driving?
That's what my question is, because whoever was driving should be getting the full DT. I think anyone that assisted in the aid of the escape should be getting accomplice to DT.
Yeah. Also, we need to. Well. Yes. We also need to figure out. Yeah, we need to know who the driver is. It's almost the cornerstone or a cornerstone.
It's kind of a must. Let me think who is, I wonder actually no, Barrick's not on duty.
Bancroft is, but she was in Air 1.
Actually, hold on. Nova's statement maybe hold on. It was KJ's G-Wagon. KJ was not on scene.
Officers pursued the driver of the vehicle in the water. When I was on the beach, an individual in a Fudo attempted to open fire on me from behind, but was taken down by another officer. After the situation was...
I just need to know who the first point of contact was with the driver, because there was a suspect in the water, and I remember the call was to shoot them. Actually, Lucy...
Here we go. Where Demetrius Jones sent the vehicle off the pier. Espinel says it in his statement.
Perfect. Okay,
the G-Wagon continued to evade all the way to the Del Perro Pier, where Demetrius Jones sent the vehicle off the pier. So that indicates not only was he driving it at the time it was sent, he drove it the entire time.
Okay, so I'm going to start altering charges real quick. On Demetrius, we're going to hit him for drug trafficking.
He's already got the heaviest, so
yeah, okay.
It makes sense.
So he's in the full DT.
Okay, so it's going to be the people v. Demetrius Jones.
I think that would make the most sense for the docket posting.
Yes.
Okay.
Axel Drake.
I've put in the request for a prosecutor. We'll see who we get. Paige Green might be an option for this time zone.
Maybe.
I hear that I would probably like her. What do you think, Flop? You've met Paige?
I don't think I have, actually. Oh wait, have I? I might have.
I've just been told that I would probably like Paige. I'm excited to meet her.
Oh, well, exciting.
Who told you that?
What do you mean, Harvey?
Who told you that?
Odessa.
Oh, that's crazy. It's like how Owen keeps telling me that Scott Boulderman is my stepson.
I don't know. Maybe I'll have to invite her up to Mojito Inn and get to know her a little bit. You know.
Luca, Andino Vidal. Do you see a statement with Andino Vidal anywhere? Because he's only getting charged with criminal possession of firearm class 1, which I can't figure out why.
Let me see.
Oh, hold on. All 4.
Get the evidence again.
You see Bowers. All 4 Smalls, Vidal, Drake, Jones properties were locked for raid. Consent by officers.
He had 3 guns on him?
Andino did? Let me see. Hold on. Let's see possessions.
All of them have his name on them. FNX found Andino Vidal. Andino Vidal Browning high power. Andino Vidal Browning high power. One of them is the same gun, but one of them isn't. So somebody just double entered the one, but
I guess so, yeah.
But there's still 2 listed under his name here, so shouldn't he at least get 2 counts of this? At the very least.
Actually, okay, we're actually coming into a problem with Vidal. His possessions are not in evidence.
Oh fuck.
That's a problem.
Does the report list who processed Vidal? Sadly.
I'm looking. Hold on.
I'm going to call Bauer and ask her if she remembers who did, because she helped with the raid.
Flop.
Give me 1 second.
Hello, I was pumping gas.
All good. Hi, Bauer. How are you?
I'm great.
I have a question for you. And it's not that I think you're gonna
Okay,
know
looks
the
like
answer,
Johnson did Axel.
but I'm curious to know if you knew who was in the middle of processing Andino Vidal during that scene. You mentioned in your statement the raids, so I didn't know if you were around when the officers were processing.
I don't.
This fucking bird, dude. Okay. Do you remember anyone that was processing that day? It's okay if not. I'm not putting anything on you. It's just you're okay.
Me, Nova, Carlson. Of course, neither one of them can be of any use anymore. So, yeah.
All right.
No, what people should be doing is putting that they're the RO and the PO next to the person, but that's too much to ask.
I agree. Let me I'll make some phone calls, see what I can do.
Okay.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Bauer. I'll talk to you soon.
Sounds
Bye-bye.
And he has a.
Just give me a number.
What is it? Sorry.
Hold on.
I didn't mean to walk away. What's up?
I need you to hound people for statements because there's probably a related case to this Monopoly thing, and I want to know more about it. And I want to be able to extend this warrant for this guy who's in the ICU. When I look at the report, it's dog shit. It's gonna be
investigative.
Are you talking about
incident?
Are you talking about the warrant itself?
Joel Miller? Are you talking about Joel Miller?
Yes, Joel
the guy
Miller.
We talked about how shit this warrant was earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, I have bad news about Vidal.
What's up with Vidal?
Don't.
Just from looking at the radio station, it looks like it was probably Nova who searched him.
That's what. So I just asked Bauer who if she remembers anyone that was doing any processing, and she said, well, Nova and Carlson were the main down at the processing. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be completely.
Is it just Vidal who we don't have possessions for?
Yeah, I was gonna say, honest to God, I would personally, and this is a big judgment call. Not that I'm taking the easy way out here, but at this point, with how fucked this whole case is, since the two leads essentially stepped back, if we don't have it at this point, I want to know who it was. But I'm not going to fucking go down a rabbit hole to find his possessions. And if none of the statements state that Vidal had any involvement in the shooting or a GSR test or anything, at this rate, I'm willing to just say my boy's getting a free pass.
I'm with you. I mean, anything he can be hit with accomplice for still, we'll still hit him with accomplice or whatever.
Yeah, I just need one statement involving Vidal's involvement.
Barrack.
Let's see.
Yep.
I let me see.
At the bottom, last like 5 sentences.
Okay. Do we
I'm
keep
not sure if he tried to swim down or if he was just the one who drove it in and just tried to swim up. I'm still not sure about that because he didn't have any fucking oxygen tank. Like
the only
it would be dumb to just swim down.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate for a second. Vidal consented to a raid after.
They all did.
Yeah, that's fair. Vidal, in Barrack's statement, it does not necessarily state, and I'm concerned how a judge reads this, because I think this is enough to at least place him on the scene, but he doesn't articulate that Vidal necessarily resisted arrest or that he necessarily
Well, yeah, he just drowned.
He just
We
drowned.
found him in the water.
So I'm concerned that the argument that's going to be made from this. Whoops, sorry.
Let me hold on. Let me look at the other one, the other report, and see if Vidal is mentioned.
We know Vidal was involved. It's just making sure we have officer statements to back up that claim. considering we have a lack of evidence. All
Yeah.
we need is something to claim that he assisted in the attempt to rid this car as enough claim to say that he was involved as an accomplice.
The other report says the same thing. Roughly 5 minutes later, while officers attempted to recover the contents of the G-Wagon, a suspect later identified as Dino Vidal, once again a CSUD member, would be witnessed swimming down towards the G-Wagon only to succumb to the pressure of the water, lack of oxygen, drown, and be brought into custody. I can also add that into my statement because I was there for that, and I found him in the water.
Okay. Well, let me ask you, from a devil's advocate standpoint, do we feel like this is enough still to push for accomplice?
I mean, he was trying to clear out the G-Wagon full of meth, or he was at least going to try to check on it, right? I'm fine with dropping it on Vidal if we can't get anything on Vidal, because I'm not seeing.
Yeah.
So that somebody has conspiracy for Smalls, but we don't have documentation of Smalls' radio frequency, but we do have Vidal's radio frequency, right?
Yeah.
If we have documentation of anyone else's radio frequency being the same as Vidal's, that's our link right there.
But we don't have that in evidence either, which sucks. Which honestly, I was gonna bring that up too. I think I'm gonna drop the conspiracy because it's such a small fucking charge.
Yeah, drop conspiracy. It doesn't matter. If we don't have radio stations from everybody, then there's no point.
Okay. That we don't have Vidal's possessions, Deb. We don't.
I mean,
we don't
realistically,
GSR test.
if we can't get
we don't
Vidal an
possessions.
accomplice to drug trafficking, there's not much that matters because, like, he showed up after the shooting, so we could make him like accessory attempted murder government employee at best.
I feel like at that point we're just pulling strings.
Yeah, let's just drop Vidal if we can't really do anything with that. That's fine.
Luca and Harvey, how do you feel about that? I'm still gonna bring it up with somebody to say that there was a lack of evidence, but
yeah, ultimately it looks like it was Nova that did Vidal search, so
okay,
it is what it is.
I will say though, if you try to call Nova up for anything, she will not go to court.
Well, that's why we're kind of treating this as we're gonna follow through with this as if Nova is no help, because that's kind of the worst case scenario. If we plan worst case scenario here, great, because then at least it can't get any worse than what we expect. And the worst expectation is that the lead of this case is not going to show up and testify for shit. So we have statements to prove accomplice and the main drug trafficking based on the evidence we have. I just think that unfortunately we don't have enough for Vidal, and Vidal was very sloppy, or I guess his processing was very sloppy, it looks like.
Yeah. I'm still not even clear on exactly what he was doing there, because it's weird for him to have tried to swim down with no tank when he knows how deep it was, you know?
We don't even have like a search on what he had in his possessions or anything too, which makes it even harder. Because even if he had like a pillow of meth, that would have been enough. You know what I mean? Maybe he was trying to do something with it, but even if that was the case, we don't have anything. So fuck it. I'm gonna drop Vidal. I'll take the fall on that. What are you confused about, Deb? Ooh, my throat. Yeah, if you guys are just coming in from Nikita's
able
raid,
to
welcome
pull
to
teeth for this Joel Miller warrant. Get some statements, maybe even evidence.
you know, I'm gonna be honest with you. Yes.
I almost killed him.
Yeah, you did actually. At this point, Harvey, I will, but I think at this point I'm just gonna bring this up the chain and tell someone and say, hey, you know, this is like absurdly bad.
It's bad too, because it's like literally connected to this entire Monopoly thing, or it could be the same victim. It would just be two different people attacking her.
Actually, Harvey, this is a good thing to tell you, because me and Luca went earlier to take care of it, just to kind of address it. And we talked about how we should proceed with this, if we should be holding this person. And I told Luca what I'm going to tell you. So the reason why we didn't take him earlier when we were called to was because he is not medically sound to be out of the hospital, and we are not about to take responsibility for his health and safety, because obviously we want him alive, allegedly, Smile, but we want him alive, and it would be you know, borderline inhumane to take this guy out of the hospital. So due to doctor's orders and doctor's requests, we're leaving him there with the idea to request an extension on the warrant. But while I was there, I said, because we don't know what to do with this, I said, if we take this guy today, I'm just going to charge him and send him, because we don't have anything stating hold this guy for or anything. The report is just, it's bone dry. So I'm going to bring this up anyway with a commanding member. Who made the report?
Brixton made the report. Officers involved is Leisha, Brixton, and Dan Fairley.
Yeah, that's ugly.
Yeah, I don't know if it's related, but that person, the victim, Sydney Harper, was outside the morgue saying she needed to go inside for the person that was inside that died today. And she was in a state of like not being able to talk and calling herself a different name because of this report. See the connection there then? When I look at this report, it's fucking awful.
Well, the only issue is that we don't have any context other than statements. I mean, the statements are fine, but we don't have any other information.
I see his position. He's got 2 guns. He's got an attempted murder government employee charge. Everything else lines up, but you know, the attempted murder charge doesn't.
Real quick about the Seaside thing. Did you get the money and thermite Axel Drake?
No, I didn't add that actually. My bad. Good
One
call.
inked money bag, 179 marked bills, and 1 thermite charge. It's looking like that's the only thing we found in the raid, or at least the only thing that was put into evidence from the raid. Let me just check evidence lockers.
How many thermites did he have? Just one? Okay. And what was... what do we charge for the bags again?
You gotta look up the value of dirty money. If you just search dirty money, I think in investigative, there's like an old report from Bass.
I'm pretty sure this is exceeding 15 grand.
Scales were so there was 2 scales from one of them in the raid, so that helps with DT, but I don't know which person this was.
I don't know.
It's the 0.1 locker. The 0.2 locker has an FNF and X registered to stand by.
Ain't that serious, is it? The warrant, it is, considering it's a bigger it's an incident report to a bigger investigation. Also, Dad, to answer your question, we have a separate report about the Hydra
registered
stuff.
to Luca Villani. I think that's in somebody's report.
The issue with this is that this was Nova's case. She left the PD and was like here and pretty much dumped the case on officers. It needs to get done. So at this point, where a month past what happened,
She actually has information on him, I think.
Okay, so the 0.3
Hydra did shit, but we're investigating Hydra separately for what happened. We're not charging Hydra involved with this. We're only charging Seaside, because they were the ones we primarily followed through with, and Seaside had the setup to shoot at cops.
Just make sure
So we're only charging them. Everyone has charges. Everyone's lined up exactly how they should be. The only person who does not have anything is Andino Vidal, who was being processed by Leonova, who's no longer in the PD, who probably has photos of possessions and has photos of information regarding Andino's involvement. But because she no longer is a cop, she's not going to give up that information. Now, at this point, she's just going to tell us to fuck off. So instead of trying to fight to get that information from her, we're just saying fuck it and we're dropping Andino. Everyone else is fine, though. I got to take this. Excuse me.
No, you're good. You're good.
Hey, Madison. How are you?
What's up? I'm good, chilling. Sorry, I need to think about the bathroom. What's
No,
up?
you are all good. I don't know if you saw my text.
Yeah.
So I'm just passing this along. This happened at the end of shift 2, like the very, very end of shift 2.
Oh God. Okay.
The TLDR is that Bundy is emailing oh my God, I'm sorry, my brain is so cooked. I've been looking at MDW shit. We're trying to get DT on like half a seaside right now. It's a fucking hassle.
Oh God. Okay. No, you're fine.
So Stubble is aware. He's been emailed by Bundy about what happened, and I told Bundy that I would inform you. This way another sergeant was aware, so both of you are going to be aware to some degree.
Okay.
Long story short, Dundee had a warrant, came to turn in his warrant. We have a cadet whose call sign is TBD. Poor guy has not a damn clue what's going on, but he was at the PD, and he was asked if he could process the warrant, so he did his best to kind of put the pieces together. When he struggled, he asked for help. Ramona had just gotten on duty to kind of help assist with it. And she was kind of dragged all of a sudden to like sort of help out with it. Long story, I guess even shorter, because I really don't feel like explaining all the details. There, I'll text you the report number so you can kind of read it too.
Yeah, go for it.
The cadet, who I'm drawing a blank on his name, forgot to take Dundee's possessions. So
Yeah.
he instead he said he even admitted, he said, I fucked up because I should have had him come to the gates. Instead, I walked into the cells and locked it behind me. Dundee kicked the shit out of the cadet. Another officer attempted to then tase Dundee to go in and place him in cuffs. During that time, got resisted and kicked the shit out of them. And then a third officer went in to try and stop it, and I kind of forget what happened with that, but they ended up getting beaten. Dundee managed to steal a firearm and a bunch of police equipment and had a standoff in the holding cells. And Scully ended up walking in and putting a bullet in Dundee's head. And we had a discussion with all three officers to kind of explain what happened. And we gave him the rundown to pretty much say, like, hey, for next time, if someone is in present danger and they're within arm's reach of grabbing a firearm off an officer, they are now considered felonious. And if they try and
100%.
reach and grab and reach, you can shoot them in the fucking head. So they all tried to go in one at a time to get in the ring with Dundee instead of just putting a bullet in his head.
Why? Sorry, I just needed to let that.
No, it's fine. It's a worthy complaint. Where is it? The report is going to be 86791. There are statements from everybody who was there. Alexander River is the cadet. Ramona was there too. I guess her report's still pending. And Avery Strange. But Stubble was informed and notified about it. I wanted to just let a sergeant know that I assisted in the shit show that happened. I will say, in my regard, I kind of feel bad for River, because he, I think, did everything right by asking for an officer to help assist with it. Something,
yes.
I'm not sure exactly what happened with Ramona, but she was frustrated with the whole thing. And I told her, I said, well, respectfully, he did the right thing to ask somebody. She had literally just walked through the door and got asked about it, so she was really confused and dragged into it.
Okay.
With everything said, though, my like big thing that I pointed out to Ramona, and I told her, because she was worried, I said, I'm gonna be honest. I said, you're probably gonna get spoken to. I said, but the thing to keep in mind is River also shouldn't be on duty without an FTO, and the fact that
he shouldn't be.
The fact that he didn't have an FTO to assist him at any point and was kind of around the PD, I think is what's gonna be the big problem here. So while it's going to be a little bit of a responsibility with Ramona, I think the big responsibility factor here is that River didn't have an FTO to assist him, and he kind of went and did something without having proper knowledge as to how to proceed. While he still got help, should not have even been on duty, as far as I'm aware.
I mean, yeah, because now it's caused it starts off with one and it caused a ripple effect, right?
It did. But also,
Yeah.
the other issue too is I also think that the officers that went in to try and fight in the ring with Dundee should have been well aware of just knowing that if you're going in alone, don't go in the ring with him. Pull out your gun and tell him if you don't face the wall, he's gonna get shot. And then letting that
I mean, you'd think that would be common fucking knowledge.
Yeah. So while I feel for River, I also think there was a lot of fault in the officers too. But I wasn't there presently for what happened. I was there for the cleanup and just to kind of get all the eggs in one basket. So that report should have all the statements except for Ramona's, I guess, for now. But the ones that to look at specifically that are going to mean something are going to be Scully's, who ended it all. Strange. River, and eventually, I think Ramona. Oh, and sorry. You know what? Fuck it. And instead of making this confusing, all the statements in that are going to be important.
Okay, all right. I will take note. Yeah, because I think it might be a Bring in Roy thing too if it's UPD and they're doing shit like that. Because I don't know what the fuck what they're doing. So I will probably link up with Stubble and then. Unless Stubble's gonna deal with it, and then Roy, because it's kind of Roy's thing. I don't fucking know.
It's all good. I mean, like I said, I really like River. I think this guy's got a lot of potential. It almost sounds like he was maybe unaware as to what his position actually was and how he should proceed in the UPD. He doesn't even have a call sign yet, so I wonder if he just really was like super unaware and he's about to get like the sternest like safety warning of his life.
I mean, I hope so, because I feel like it's not just fault on his part, but it's fault on other people's too. Because
it is.
There should have been at least someone there. It's like a double-edged sword essentially. Like it's fault on both parties, ours and Rivers. So
absolutely. I wanted to pass it along to you so that at least that was in line.
Okay.
I don't think there's anything else I need to ask you. I thought there was, but my brain is so fucking fried. I've been here for 3 hours doing this seaside shit. And yeah,
that sounds like so much fun. So much fun.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you letting me know, Flop.
Yeah, of course.
Let me know.
Not a problem.
Warrant. You know the deal. I got it.
Yeah. If anything, if you need any questions for me and why my statement's not in there, I was not actually there. I literally came in after it was all said and done, and all I did was pull all three of them aside with Bundy and was like, "Okay, so can you explain why the fuck this happened?"
Yeah, it's been a theme recently, so if it keeps happening, I'd be like, I dare you, Piggy, make sure you say shit.
We may have to go back to the do your jobs and explain what we're supposed to do in those situations, but you know, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, thank you for letting me know. I'll let you go so you can get back to your fucking
bullshit.
Shit. Yeah, have fun with your paperwork.
Thanks, Madison. I did forget. There is one thing.
Okay.
I said I just got asked by Harvey to look into it, and I said that at this point I'm just gonna bring this up to somebody. Joel Miller has a warrant. This guy is a fucking serial killer and is believed to be involved with the Monopoly shit going on, I guess. I'm unaware as to how public that is with the rest of PD. But there's a big case going on where there's a guy going around kidnapping doctors and trying to kill them. And I heard that I guess another one went today or something too. But this warrant is fucking trash. There's no context on anything. And I had to go into the hospital with Luca today, and the doctor suggested that, he is not medically sound to be let go. So we were not going to obviously drag a man who's dying into the prison. And Harvey wants to get it extended, but the warrant is so bad.
There's no PC. It's literally just statements. No, this warrant shouldn't even be ticked right now.
That's what I'm saying. It's bad. It's
like there's no. Yeah. If you want to Tom John ticket and fix it, go for it, because this is bad. It's not even, there's no statement from him. There's not even a fucking list of officers involved bar the thing underneath. Yeah, no, this is bad.
Okay, I'll let Harvey know.
Just tell him.
Yeah, I'm next to him now. I'll go and let him know. I just wanted to pass that one on to you as well.
No, I'm glad you did, because the DOJ would look at that, and I'm telling you, that'd be like, well, there's nothing here. Fucking drop it. A shitty warrant. Yeah.
Yeah, the 3 officers involved are down below, but I don't know who the actual lead was. I just know that this is what I saw, and I was like, okay, what the fuck? So.
Yeah, no. As long as that gets unticked and it gets sorted, that's fine. But right now, that warrant there is nothing there. So,
okay.
all right.
Yep, not a problem. I will. I'll let Harvey know.
Bet. Thank you for letting me know, Flop.
Appreciate it, Madison. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Take care. Bye bye. Appreciate you too. All right, Harvey, I got your answer.
Oh, what is the answer?
I just had Madison look at it, and her words exactly were, "What the fuck? There's no PC. Uncheck this shit." So you got approval from a sergeant. Feel free to uncheck it. If this is who you believe is your guy, feel free to go wild and feel free to take over and just make notes. But if this person is definitely involved with the doctor shit, Madison pretty much said you have free reign. So feel free to untick it and go wild with whoever you have to reach out to, and I'll be there every step of the way if anyone wants to give you shit.
I prefer if you unticked it and you also went wild on the 3 names there, because
done.
First of all, the 2 out of the 3 names are my friends, so they're not gonna take me seriously when I say give me your fucking statement. And the 3rd is Dan Philly, who's not going to listen to me when I say give me your statement, who has repeatedly told me he will never give me a statement or a FOIA report.
Perfect.
I bet Flop will get statements from.
Oh, fucking A. Listen, I did it the other day and everyone hated me for it. You know what? I'll do it again.
Yeah,
Oh, Flop, by the way, we figured out why Andino Vidal had a charge listed.
Why?
When he consented to the raid, it was his apartment or his house that had the civilian class 1 in it.
So he consented to a raid and we have no PC on this guy of even like being involved, and
I guess, yeah.
There's no fucking, you know what? Honestly, if we do that.
He had no other charges and he just consented to the raid as well. Reggie might, hell of a lawyer.
Oh my God.
Reggie might let that happen.
We raided a guy the other day. The lead raided them over having a watering can because he gave consent to raid.
Nice. All right, I'm gonna call Churro, and I think I'm gonna do that male model joke thing.
0 PC slash statements involved with officers attached.
Yeah, no, the likelihood people will see this, and we can't really police the whole police to not do that. But what are the odds?
Unfortunately, Aphrodite's not on duty. What
are the chances that anyone goes to a report that doesn't interest them, finds a spreadsheet on it, and then reads the text? It's very low. They barely look at the MW to begin with. But there is a chance. But yeah, that being said, I wouldn't do it. Copper probably wouldn't do it. Flop, I need you to be the bad guy with these 3.
Listen, man, I got no problem being the bad guy with anyone. So I'm just noting on the top so you know. Let me know if there's anything you need included, because this is your case. So I want to make sure that we're at least on some page. I have on the top warrant unchecked. Per sergeant approval, 0 PC, statements involved with officers attached. Statements are needed. Suspect involved in a potentially much bigger investigation. Is there anything else you want me to add there?
That's good. This isn't my investigation. I don't even know if they're connected, but the point is that.
Ooh, sorry, Harv.
I'm going to continue even though I was punched. The fact is, somebody died today. A victim tried to go into the morgue to see them. That victim was attacked by this guy previously. I don't know if there's a connection or she's targeted by multiple people, but this is it. This is like a key. Like, there's something there. Even if it's unrelated, there's something there, and they fucked me. Brixton's calling me right now.
Who is?
Hello, Brixton. You're trying to put shit into that report right now? Have you read the big bolded text at the top?
Jesus Christ. say?
What did Dan say? Well, yeah, you do have PC, but you need to write it down. Dan doesn't do his reports. You should do your reports. Yeah. So in the future, Brixton, if you haven't finished your report, don't push a warrant until it's finalized, because these things happen.
And it's really annoying for everyone.
Push the warrant. Okay. Do you want to come up to the roof and give us more context?
Tell him he has no choice. He's coming up.
Come up to the roof. All right, drive down in MRPD and come up to the roof. All right, see you there. Bye. Sounds to me like Brixton was told to do something by Dan, and then Dan pushed the warrant himself without doing any work. I think it's less yelling at Brixton and Leisha and more yelling at Dan for being a fucker. He's apparently he was trying to edit the report as you were saving over it. That's insane.
That's insane.
I didn't realize he was writing in it. I hope I didn't fuck anything with that. I honest to God didn't think anyone was gonna fuck with this report, but
You didn't think he was gonna... Here's the thing. I'm pretty sure Brixton meant well, as in, like, you know, you still have like 24 to 48 hours to get a statement in. But the fact is, Dan pushed the warrant and fucked everyone else involved. So I want to get Brixton up here to get his side of the story, so that you can determine who to go more hard on. Because
well, it's not even
Brixton's
that.
genuinely...
I just want to talk about what the hell is going on, so that we can. What I need out of this is I just need resolution to figure out, at the minimum, who do I need to go to, because it doesn't matter who this person is. I don't even care if Joel Miller isn't even your guy. Insert warrant here should be filled out in full detail before that is checked. I'm okay if, like, you know, we're chasing out Dundee, we got PC to get a warrant out, and 15 minutes later, while you're still doing it, they regain visual of him. I'll check the warrant then, and I'll just continue it until I'm fucking done. But if this is gonna sit, you can't check the warrant. This is just... I don't care. I don't care what the report is. You know what I mean?
Did anybody actually weigh this out, like, and like catalog how much drug? Like, yeah, sure, it's a trunk load, but like that's not a quantity. I need a quantity here.
Oh, I have no idea. That is
what I'm saying.
That is the most meth I've ever seen in one spot, and it was in a trunk.
How do we not? We gotta wait. It's all here still, right? We can go weigh it if we have to, right?
We should have it in evidence, yeah.
Yeah,
I hope so. Unless Nova fucking took it home and she left.
Oh my! I'm gonna be honest, Flop. If that's the case, if I find out that's the case, you're gonna have to hold me back. I'm gonna run straight off the roof, straight to the 42 Club for a drink. I will fly off of this roof.
Good news, all the meth is here. Oh, God.
Now we have to just weigh all of it.
Could you imagine if Nova just took all that and was like, out?
We'd be writing a fat warrant for her arrest right now if that was the case, though.
How would we be able to prove it, though?
I guess, yeah, you're right.
God.
I need to tell Brixton when he's here, if he ever makes a report and Dan's involved, I don't care. You're the leader.
Don't dog on Dan too much. Yeah, he fucked up here, but you know.
Dan has repeatedly told me he's not going to write statements or do his FOIAs to me. He's very
Dan and Harvey have a personal beef about paperwork. I will back him up on that.
No,
Dan will literally tell him, no, I'm not doing it for you, Harvey.
I know, but at the same time, there needs to be. I don't know how to say this. Dan and I haven't had the best past either, but he's got to get over him fucking self. It's really not up to him. If it's going to affect the effectiveness of a unified police department to have a lack of response to another fellow officer for basic police work, and that's too much for him to handle, then respectfully speaking, and I say this as respectfully and honestly as possible, this ain't the place for him. Then he needs to learn to work with people. Listen, there's people in this PD I fucking hate, but I take a bullet for them any day, because I still have a fucking, you know.
I do hate you, Flop, but I would take a bullet for you.
See, exactly. That's
I don't
the
hate any of you guys.
You hate Flop because you're in the SCSO, Luca. You have
It
to.
was a surprise. It worked.
Harvard, I'm limited on time.
All right.
Hey, look at this.
I'm limited on time, please, because
Howdy, everyone.
my head is
Ooh.
killing me right now.
What's
It
going
looks
on?
good, right?
Looks pretty
Yeah, look
good.
good,
It was
buddy.
a
I'll
complete
tell you
surprise.
what. Brixton, come here real quick. Congratulations. Sorry, I'll sidebar real quick.
Okay, you guys want a whole debrief of what happened? Because that's why I'm here to finish the rest that Dan couldn't fucking finish, apparently.
Okay.
So,
Like I just said, we're not gonna dog on Dan. We're not.
Okay.
We're not. I don't even care about that. It's just I needed to bring this up because I'm gonna be real. The warrant sucked, and it's.
I
not,
know it sucks.
Yeah. Honestly, Brixton, and I'm gonna keep this super like simple. Your goals right now. First, I'm interested to know what's going on, and I'm looking for context. At the same time, at least in your part and your side, I just need a proper full written statement from you, and
Yep.
that is you in my books will at least be in somewhat the clear. I still want context as to what happened with this and how the scene went, so that we can at least try and figure out how to
Okay.
avoid it for next time. You know what I mean?
Okay, got it. Yeah. Part of this that kind of clocked on duty was just to finish it, and I was trying to put a statement in, and then I'm like, oh, my statement's gone, and
Yeah,
And then I'm like-
I didn't realize anyone would be fucking with it. I'm sorry.
it's okay. So basically, I had this originally as a report, as like an investigative report, because I couldn't get any clear context of what exactly was going on with the situation. TLDR, basically, Sydney Harper called me. I was up in the mountains, and she basically called me and said, "Hey, I want to order some pizza." So I'm like, you know who you're calling, right? I'm a cop. I don't work at Maldini's, and she's telling me like, "Hey, I would like to order a pizza," and then she kind of whispered very, very like softly, "Hey, I'm being held hostage here." So basically, she tells me location to go there, and I spent about 15-20 minutes looking for her, and then that's when we got like a dispatch call up in the mountains about people getting shot. So people got shot up there. I responded, Dan spotted, and so did Leisha. I got the male, who ended up being Joel Miller, who's basically incapacitated on the north side of the mountain, while Dan secured Sydney and Leisha as well. Dan collected evidence. He ran the bloods and the casings that were found on scene and found out that it did match to the weapon and that the blood was Sydney's that was on scene. And then after that, I collected statements from Paul Winter, who was basically the prelude before everything happened. I collected a statement from Sydney. I was putting mine in, and then yeah, that's basically where it happened. I was gonna put my statement in. Dan said he was gonna put his statement in after because he had a bench trial. I assumed that he was gonna be doing all that, but he never really did anything. Followed up with me about it. He put all the charges together. I asked him if he could do that. He said he would do it because I had to collect statements for about 3 to 4 individuals as well. And he put all the charges together, and he basically put the warrant out because he was in ICU. What else? You know, granted, like I'm like I understand that it looks shit, and I know that's why I kind of like I'm around right now to make it unshit as much as I can. But sadly, without the blood sample in blood bag and all stuff, it's gonna be kind of hard.
Yeah. Okay. So. Yeah, I just in very simple terms, I just need you to get that in your statement because I just need to know who checked the warrant. So you know for certain that Dan checked the warrant?
I know for certain he put all the charges together and put the warrant.
Okay.
Yeah, so he was the one that was taking care of the suspect. I asked him if he could take care of the suspect, if you know, because I had to collect statements from about 3 individuals to get like a clear-cut story.
Okay. In that case, you know, I don't think I have anything else to say, to be honest. When was the... Oh, God. Where's Joel?
Harvey, so I still have 48 hours to do reports again, or has that changed?
Okay, so it's after the guilty. It's before that, right?
Oh, okay,
Before
yeah,
you
yeah.
put out a warrant, which I know in this case you didn't do it. Before you put out a warrant, you want your report finalized and ready to push those charges.
Yeah, I was gonna get there, but honestly, I wasn't even gonna give you that spiel, Brixton. But yeah, pretty much just rule of thumb to avoid this from ever like being a thing is to just ensure that all of your evidence and your statements, or at least most of your statements that would be enough to gather the PC at the time, are there before the warrant gets pushed.
Yeah. That's why I originally started as an investigative, and then he promoted it to an incident. I'm like, oh, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just put my statement in. He has everything else though, unless he put it in the locker. Then, if he did, then I'll probably just see if I can throw that in there.
Okay. Awesome. Is Leisha around by chance? She is not, unfortunately. Was it just the three of you involved? Was it you, Leisha, and Dan?
Yeah, it was the three of us. Dan kind of sped run the whole thing because I think he had to go somewhere, like to a bench trial. He said, "I'll put in my statement in a bit." He said, and I'm like, "Okay, sounds good."
I'm kind of curious if you put it in the reports channel real quick. Give me a second.
I searched. I searched far and wide for it. Nothing.
Yeah,
Like,
nothing comes back.
If it's still shit in the end, then honestly, then don't. If you guys think it's shit,
No.
Beginning with my statement, then don't push the warrant.
The thing is, what other evidence did you guys get? Did you guys get any other evidence?
Yeah, so he ran the individual, Joel Miller. According to him, he was GSR positive, had a gun on him, and the bloods that was taken on scene matched up to Sydney Harper.
Wow.
Sydney Harper.
That is fucking insane. There is... Wow.
Huh?
Sorry. Give me a second.
You must have already also took her DNA because she doesn't have DNA on file.
I don't know. That's what he told me.
They must have took her DNA and then didn't note it. And
Well, I'd like to make note too that there was blood and a casing found on scene as well, and I don't see photos of the scene. And I sure as shit don't see the fucking... Oh man. Okay. Who documented the scene?
Dan.
you see my frustration, Flop? You see it
Flop,
now?
Dan. It was Dan, Flop. I don't know what to do with this. I can put it in my statement, but if it's not gonna get pushed, then I don't want to be quite frank, waste my time with it.
Brixton.
No, please do.
No,
Please put your statement in there.
Listen, I don't care if this doesn't get pushed. Your statement... I'm going to say this much.
Might be a bigger thing.
I was going to say, I don't want to say too much, but this individual may be involved in something even bigger. So even if this goes nowhere, this is going to go somewhere. Your information is super crucial. And at this point, Brixton, I'm not even going to question your side of things. I'm just going to get everything in full detail, and I will take it from here.
All right, sounds good. I'll put that whenever on.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Brixton.
I'll make it a little bit more organized. Just give me a minute, so I'll make it look nice.
I'm gonna close it too, so I don't accidentally save over this shit or anything. I'm just gonna close it. You just text me or tell me when it's done. You can even 301 it, or just come up and yell at me, and we'll go from there.
Okay, that works.
I'm actually Dan's LSPD, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Give me a second.
I would say Libby's around, but you know, she's the chief.
I'm following chain of command. I'll go to Madison.
Oh, she's just gonna go to shift 1. I would just go to Viv then.
Who's shift 1 sergeant? Is it Viv?
Viv, yeah.
Like Vivian?
Vivian Gray.
Really? I actually didn't realize she was a sergeant. Good for her.
Yeah, Vivian Gray for shift 1. Sweets for shift 2. Madison for shift 3.
Okay. All right. I guess I'm gonna go formulate another email. I will here. Yeah. Let me.
Yeah, I'll do this right now, Harvey. If you need something else from me, just email me. I'm gonna do this real quick, and then
Hey,
I need to go back.
that's all I need from you is put your statement, cover your own ass. Trust me, even if this goes nowhere, it's helping out something bigger.
Okay, that's fine by me. So I'll
shit.
do that, and then because my head's killing me.
Flop, see my frustration now.
It's not. The thing is, one incident of this. First off, it shouldn't happen at all. But the actual act of dogging another officer, I don't want that happening either, right? Yeah, this happened. Yes, it shouldn't have happened, but let's be mindful too. You know what I mean? It'll get taken care of. I can promise you that. But there's going to be more that I'll do on my side to try and make sure that this at least gets properly taken care of.
I will say this. I don't know what Dan needs. I don't know if it's dog treats, but he has stated multiple times, strike points don't matter. I want you to strike me. I don't know if we have to do an alternative way to just help him learn. Maybe dog treats. Maybe take away dude privileges. I don't know. He's impervious to strikes, Flop. He cannot be striked.
Hey, well, I'll say this much. Regardless, it will not be up to me. That would be up to someone else. So I'm gonna follow through how I need to follow through. Don't worry. Let me take it from here.
Okay. This goes to Flop now, right?
Oh yeah. No, you're Brixton. You're, as far as I'm concerned, as long as you get your stuff taken care of, you're in the clear. I need you to just.
I just want to know what else you would need from me in the foreseeable future in case you need other things.
If you ever make a report that's yours, just keep track of it, and if people are doing dumb shit with it, you start clapping people.
Okay,
not violently.
That's what I was gonna do because I saw
like if it has your name on it, you're
good.
responsible for everything, and people need to not fuck with other people's reports.
Yeah. That's it. Just make sure that reports are finalized before they're pushed to warrants. I know that even if it wasn't on you, just a reminder, input literally all evidence. And in this case, there's evidence in the locker and not in the report. So I'm absolutely going to bring that up. So. Anyway, all right. You're all good, Brixton. I don't want to hold you. Harvey, you can stay here if you want, or I'm going to go back over at the MCU real quick and finish what we were doing.
All right. I'm probably going to go to bed.
Yeah, you go to bed, man.
I did all I needed to do.
I believe so. I think we're all good. If you need me for anything, you know you can email me. I'll do my best to get back to you, all right?
I can email you?
Mm-hmm.
Anytime I need you?
Fuck off.
Oh my God.
Fuck off. Fuck off. Goodbye, Brixton. Goodbye, Harvey.
I need to email you in the middle of shift 1. You'll show up and help me?
No, absolutely not.
What about shift 2?
Late shift 2, yes. Shift 3, I got you.
God, I hope so.
Hey, Flop.
I've returned.
All right, cool.
Welcome.
Just giving Churro the spiel and
gotcha.
Read the SOPs thing. I like the double taser you're rocking right now too, Churro.
Yeah, you can never be too safe these days.
Well,
They like to.
It's like pirates, you know. They always had more than one
Heck,
flintlock
what the
because
fuck
they
did
could
you
only
just
have
ask?
one shot in each one at a time. So like, Blackbeard had like 6 pistols on his chest at any given time.
Yep, exactly. I mean, we're only allowed one person with taser on scene, so I might as well rock 2 of them.
Yeah, just have one for each hand.
Yep,
Just
exactly.
tasers akimbo.
Hey, Luca, real quick.
Mm-hmm.
You know that shit show of a report?
Yeah.
Did you know that guns and evidence were taken, but there's no photograph and everything was just dumped into the evidence locker?
Unfortunately, that could be most reports.
Yeah, Except this one had a warrant pushed and none of the evidence is actually in the report. And I'm not touching it. I just took photos so that I could at least pass it on to who it needs to go to and just say, I'm not dealing with this. Here you go. This is what I recommend. So